Hello, algebra students. This is Mrs. Raposa, and this is your hybrid out lesson on section 3.3, solving multi-step equations. What I would like you to do is print a copy of the blank notes first, and then come back and watch the video, and take notes as I do the examples with you in the video. I will want you to bring these notes with you the next time you're in class, and I would like you to upload a picture of your completed notes to Google Classroom. When you're done taking the notes, you'll see that there are some homework problems for you to do from pages 138 to 139 and some others from page 144. So make sure you show all your work and upload that to Google Classroom as well. So let's start with example 1. We have to solve the equation 5x minus 10 equals 20. Before we start solving the equation, I want to make sure we understand the difference between evaluating is when we're doing something to numbers, and when we're solving is when we're undoing things. So when we evaluate an expression, we use PEMDAS. We do parentheses first, then exponents. Then we do multiplication and division, and last we do addition and subtraction. However, when you solve an equation, you're undoing all these things. So we have to undo them in the opposite order. So we undo addition and subtraction first, then we undo multiplication and division. And if there's exponents, we undo them next, and if there's parentheses, we undo them last. Well, in this expression, we're going to start by typing the original equation, which is 5x minus 10 equals 20. And the next step that we have to do is we have to, I put minus 20 equals 20, sorry. The next step is to undo any addition and subtraction. And I see some subtraction right here, so I'm going to undo the subtraction with addition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 10 to each side. So add 10 here, and add 10 to the other side as well. It's really important that whatever you do to one side of the equation, you also do it to the other side of the equation. I sometimes even draw a line down the center where the equal sign is. So I know that I clearly, whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side of the equation as well. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a line down the center. And whatever I do to the left side, I have to do the right side. And this is going to give me 5x, because the negative 10 and the positive 10 will cancel. So I'll end up with 5x equals 30. So 5x on the left, and on the right, I'll put the equal sign in the center. On the right, I will have 30. So the next step then is we've undone the subtraction. Now let's undo the multiplication by 5. And we undo multiplication by 5 by dividing each side by 5. It's going to be a little difficult using typing for me to show division by 5. Usually we just put a fraction bar, but what I'm going to do is I am going to put, let's see, put that again. I'm going to just put a /5 on each side. So it'll just be like /5, and you know that means to divide by 5. And on the other side, I'm also going to divide by 5. So I'll put /5, okay? So on this side, 5x divided by 5, that is going to give me x. 5x divided by 5, the 5s are going to cancel, and I'll get x. And on the other side, I'm going to have 30 divided by 5, which is 6. So I end up with x equals 6 as my solution. So just as a short review, we solved this equation 5x minus 10 equals 20. We had to first undo addition or subtraction, so we undid the subtraction with addition. And next, we had to undo this multiplication. That's what we undo next, and we undid that with division by 5 to get x equals 6. And it's always a good idea to check your work So the equation was 5x minus 10 equals 20. And let's make sure that 5 times 6, because that's what we said x is, plug it back in. So replace the x with 6, substitute it in. Does that equal 20? Well, 5 times 6, when we're evaluating this, we have to do the order of operations in this order. So do the multiplication first to get 30. And then we take away 10. And that does give us 20. So I'd like to put a check mark here, but it's a document. But this does check out. It does give us 20 when we substitute 6 in for x. I want you to pause the video and try to solve this equation on your own, on your paper. Okay, so let's do example 2. In example 2, we have the equation 2 times parentheses x plus 6 equals 38. As always, I like to draw a line down the center of the equal sign, so whatever I do on one side, I do on the other. I first need to simplify this by using the distributive property. So simplifying, I'll get 2 times x, and then 2 times positive 6, so 2x plus 12. And that's going to equal 38. Okay, all I did was the distributive property. The next thing that I want to undo is this addition. And I undo addition with subtraction. And so undo minus 12 on this side, and minus 12 on the other side as well. I was putting the equal sign too early. This will cancel, and I'll end up with, on this side, just 2x. The equal sign goes in the middle, and 38 minus 12 is going to give me 26. The next step that I want to do is undo the multiplication with division. So divide each side by 2. This will cancel, and I'm left with just x. Equal sign in the middle. 26 divided by 2 is 13. So my final solution should be x equals 13. It's always a good idea to check your work when you're done. So I am going to check my work over here. 2 times 13 plus 6, because I replaced the x with 13. Do what's in the parentheses first. 13 plus 6 is 19. And next I do 2 times 19, and that does give me 38, like it's supposed to. So this solution checks. Okay, it's your turn to try a problem on your own. So pause the video and try to work this problem out and find a solution. Okay, for example 3, we're told that we have a triangle where the perimeter is 42 centimeters. We're told that 2 sides are the same length and that the third side is 3 centimeters shorter than the other 2 sides. I always like to draw a visual and mark it with the given information. 2 sides are the same length. I don't know what that length is, so I'm going to call it x. So 2 sides of this triangle have a side length of x. I'll mark them this way. The third side is 3 centimeters shorter than this. So a variable expression for 3 centimeters shorter than this is going to be this length minus 3 centimeters. So those are the 3 side lengths. And perimeter is all 3 side lengths added together. So I'm going to add x plus this side, which has a side length of x, plus this side, which has a side length of x minus 3. So x plus the x minus 3 side. All of that, when you add them together, you get the perimeter of 42 centimeters. So what I like to do is combine my like terms. This x plus 3, x minus 3 that I put in parentheses, it's not being multiplied by anything here but 1. So I can just lose the parentheses. If there was a 2 in front of that, I would have to distribute, but there isn't. So I'm going to collect my like terms. I can see I have 1x, 2x's, and 3x's. So that's 3x, and the constant term is negative 3. That equals 42. I like to draw my line down the center. Now I'm going to undo the subtraction by adding 3 to each side. And I get this cancels, but on this side I'm left with 3x equals 42 plus 3 is 45. And my next step is to undo this multiplication with division. So divide each side by 3. This cancels because division by 3 undoes multiplication by 3, and I end up with just x on this side, which I can't fit here anymore, so I'm going to put it up here. So x is going to equal 45 divided by 3, which is 15. So it looks like the side lengths here are 15 centimeters. Let's check our work. I always think it's a good idea to check your work when you're done. If x is 15, then this side length is 15. This side length is also 15. And this side length, replace the x with 15, is going to be 15 minus 3, which is 12 centimeters. Let's see if all of these side lengths add up to 42. 15 plus 15 is 30. Plus 12 is 42, so that definitely is the right answer. So x is 15. If you want to put the lengths in 15 centimeters, it checks. Okay, so we've done all 3 examples in the notes, and you've done the additional problems to try on your own. We even did this example on the whiteboard. Now you have to do these problems from the book, show all your work, each step. You don't have to write these words on the side if you don't want to, but you do have to show all your work here. Please upload a picture of your work to Google Classroom and upload a picture of your completed notes to Google Classroom.